This week I've been thinking about my values. What do you value? What do you deem valuable? What if your values aren't that clear until you're made to question them? I posted about not wanting to be monetized anymore by YouTube, and I got some lovely responses because this community is amazing, of support and encouragement to continue what I'm doing. Thanking you. However, the point I was making goes a few layers deeper, and as a deep thinker, I pondered over all of this. The question I was presented with was, what is more important to you, money or truth? Am I willing to change my truth and my words to make money? Am I willing to follow a script so I become more acceptable? Am I willing to change myself so someone else is pleased? What seems like a good idea initially, just run a few ads and make some money, has now turned into a philosophical debate in my mind. And I also believe one of the reasons the narrative has held up so well for so long. Let's chat philosophy, corruption, and look at some cool places I've found. Welcome to Shiny Boots. I began thinking about corporations as a whole. The corporation is an entity. It moves as one. The employees are part of the company, the colony. Decisions are made on behalf of everybody, and people go along with these decisions because they don't want to have no money. They don't want to be sacked for going against the grain. There are rules to follow. Rules that were created before you arrived, procedures around how things are done, regardless of whether it works or not, restrictions over what is and isn't allowed, what is and isn't acceptable, and how much we will tolerate as the corporation before we think you've crossed the line. Here are our boundaries and our terms and conditions. Do you agree? This is what you need to sacrifice. Do you agree? This is what you're agreeing to not do. Do you agree? This is the crest for the Corporation of London. When was the City of London Corporation incorporated? Of course, it was 1067. The corporation is not said to have been introduced or created or founded. It was confirmed. At the time, the City of London was a commune, which meant it was a self-governing body. And when William the Conqueror came over, he issued a royal charter. This royal charter confirmed the rights and liberties that Londoners had enjoyed before the Norman conquest. Only now, it was part of the corporation. William the Conqueror's like, we know that you had things set up before we arrived, and we confirm that those things existed, but now communal courts are replaced with royal justice. So what did all of this do? It recognised the City of London's existing laws, customs and self-government, but then granted it corporate recognition, which meant it had the right to act as a collective legal body. William the Conqueror always seems to pop up in my videos, and now I've done a little bit more research into the corporation. 2 words come to mind: wealth transfer. Let's ask the narrative. Was there a wealth transfer when William the Conqueror took over? Yes, there was a massive wealth transfer, one of the largest in English history. Well, what do we have here? The Domesday Book. Only about 5 to 10% of land was still held by Anglo-Saxons. After William's victory at Hastings, he systematically confiscated almost all of their land and redistributed it to his Norman followers. What have I been saying? I knew it smelt like wealth transfer. We see a centralization of power and a reorganization of lands in the name of Rome and the king. The destruction and rebuilding of wealth burn the villages and the crops, leading to massive depopulation and famine. Norman castles and cathedrals were then built on the ruins. Why would you need to build them on the ruins if everyone's dead? How would you know everything was rebuilt if everyone's dead? Who built the new castles and cathedrals if everyone's, not there anymore? What sounds more likely is everything was stolen, the story around it rewritten, and everyone had to obey, or else. Because this is exactly how the corporation works. Our way or the highway. So what are the advantages of a city being recognised as a person or single entity? London was coined a corpus politicum, a political corpse, i.e. a political body. And this is a collective person composed of many individuals, yet recognised in law as one being. This corpus politicum, this artificial person, was capable of owning property, making laws, entering contracts, suing and being sued, and persisting beyond the lives of its members. The corporation never dies. That's all I have time for this week. I thank you all for watching. Let me know your thoughts and anything you know about the corporation, and I'll catch you in the next one.